What do you think you're doing, man? I'm subscribing to your channel. Don't forget about your chance to win this Mattel's DC Multiversus Shazam action figure. All you have to do is share one of my videos. It does not matter which video you share. And leave a comment on the video that you have shared saying, Shazam, I shared. Also over there on my Patreon, I'm doing another giveaway for a My Hero Academia McFarlane Toys All Might. All you have to do is make a small donation to this channel of $3 to my second tier. And I'll leave a link to that in the description below as well. The contest for both the Shazam and All Might ends June the 30th, and the winner will be announced on July the 1st, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, and shipping is in the United States only as well. Good luck to you all. Welcome to my channel. This is Serge bringing you another action figure collector's review on the Power Rangers Lightning Collection S.P.D's Red Ranger. As you can tell, you get the S.P.D Red Ranger staring at you through the window. You get a ton of extra accessories, and you get that nice artwork right here on this side of the box. And it also wraps around the box just like so, looking pretty cool. But over here on this side of the box, you get Power Rangers S.P.D in that same image that I just showed you. Over on this side of the box, you get the more or less the same image reflected. Over here on the back of the box, you get a nice little product shot of the red S.P.D Ranger. Up here at the top, nothing but the tab, and down here, nothing but the barcode. Let's get to it and open this bad boy up. Okay, let's take a good look at his accessories, and we'll go ahead and take a look at his trigger fingers, or his grasping, gripping hands. And I do like these hands a lot, and you definitely need these hands because they got the two trigger fingers right there. And you're going to need them for holding the blaster. And I got a little bit of extra black paint on the inside of the thumb. That's a little bit disappointing, but that's okay. You can use your imagination and say it's dirt. But I do like these hands a lot. And if I don't knock over the camera, we'll go ahead and take a look at these other two hands. And we'll go ahead and look at this karate chopping hand first. Hey! And I do like it a lot. It's got a lot of sculpted line work for the wrinkling in the gloves, and it's just very nice how they've done these gloves. It kind of is a little different from the other karate chopping hands we've been getting, but we'll take a look at this other gesturing hand if I don't drop it first, and it looks very good. Now, you can use this to hold his S.P.D morpher with, or you can use it for poses like I have at the end of my video. I'll show you, and you can even stylize his hair with it if you wanted to. And we'll go ahead and take a look at his blasters next. Now these blasters are different in ways. Like this one's got a hammer that looks like it could be pulled back where this one doesn't. This gun's got the silver around there, and this one's just your regular standard blaster. It's just a lot different, and if you know if they're supposed to be two different guns, let me know in the comments below. But I do like the sculpt and detailing that we see on both of these guns. It's got a lot of sculpt and detailing in there for them to be as small as they are. Inside the coins, or inside the tires I should say, where the silver is, looks very good. I like that a lot. I like the handle. It's got where you can actually see through the handle of this gun. But he doesn't have a problem holding them at all, but I kind of do. But right there you can see my finger on the other side. But I really do like the gun, the sculpt detail, and the paint. The paint apps came out very clean on these, where the red and the black and the white meet. So I'm very impressed with that. And it's got a lot. This one's got a lot of sculpted detail in it as well. So that's very impressive with what Hasbro can do right there. And I just like this gun a lot. And we'll go ahead and take a look at his blasting effect. Now, I really wish we would have got two of these things instead of one. But, you know, I'm happy that we do get the one that we have. And it fits on both guns like so. And it just, it don't come off easy. And we'll go ahead and put it on the other one just so you guys get an idea of what it looks like. And I would just like to have seen two of those, but it doesn't fall off very easy. We'll go ahead and set that to the side. We'll go ahead and look at his S.P.D morpher. Now I don't know how accurate it is to the show because I don't watch S.P.D, but it does look nice. I like all the paint apps that we're seeing. They came out very clean with the morpher. It looks very good. I like the red buttons that you see down there at the side. So I'm very impressed with that. It's got a lot of sculpted line work through there. The back of it's kind of just plain white, but that's okay because you don't really need too much at the back. But I do like this morpher a lot. It looks very good. And we'll go ahead and take a look at his head sculpt, and I really do like the head sculpt a lot. I think it does look a little bit like the actor, but much like all the other Power Rangers Lightning collections that we've been getting, I think that this looks more like a 3D image of a figure, like if he was in a video game or something. But the hair is nice and soft back here. It feels nice anyway. It kind of feels a little bit like real hair. But that was a good look at his accessories. Here's how Jack's head sculpt looks on the red S.P.D's body. And as you can tell, he doesn't have much of a neck going on. So that's a little bit of a disappointment right there. I wish it would have sat a little bit higher on that peg all the way around. You can't even tell that he does have a neck. So that's a little bit disappointing. And you don't get much articulation. I mean, that's as much range as you got looking up, because his hair does hit the back of his neck. So that's a little bit disappointing what neck he does have. And he can look down just a little bit. He doesn't have none of that side to side head action. So that's very, very disappointing. But he does have the where he can spin his head around in a full 360. But it does look like him. I'll give it to Hasbro. It does look like him. I just wish that peg hole would have been a little bit bigger so we could have got a little bit more articulation out of it. And here he is, the red S.P.D. Ranger, all revved up out of the box and ready to fight bad guys onto your screen. I've had a lot of fun posing this guy around, as you could tell at the beginning skit of this video. And I've been calling him my red S.T.D. Ranger ever since then. But just because I had fun with him doesn't mean he's perfect, and we'll get into that in just a second. Okay, let's take a good look at Red S.P.D's articulation. And first of all, we'll go ahead and look at his head. His head can look up that far. It's a lot better than a civilian head sculpt, so that's very impressive. I do like that a lot. He can look all the way down to his toesies, and that's very impressive as well. He does have a little bit of that confused dog going on to that side. And he also has a little bit of it going on to this other side as well. His head can spin around in a Exorcist, which is the full 360. He's got these awesome butterfly joints right here, and allowing him to go on the inside that far, allowing you to get some pretty good poses out of that. And his arm can extend back that far with that butterfly joint. And his arm can extend all the way out to his side that far. So that's really good. I do like that a lot. And his arm can only go this far to his side, but kind of wants to poke back out a little bit. So that's a little bit displeasing, but he does have a bicep swivel. He's got excellent double jointed elbows. He's got a swivel and a hinge right there going side to side with his wrist. But if you pull it out a little bit more, you get a little bit more range out of that wrist, just like so. And you pop that back in. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at his other wrist, because it bends in a little differently right here. Instead of the side to side, it's got the back and forth, right, like that. It goes in and outward, if you would prefer to call it that way, and you can slide that out and get a little bit more articulation out of that. And you do have this torso articulation, allowing him to go that far to that side and that far to the other side. And he does have a twist up there at his diaphragm, allowing you to get all kinds of great range out of it. And you can lean him forward that far and back quite a bit as well with that first diaphragm joint. If you add in that added ab crunch, you can lean him back even further, like if he's getting hit in the face by some bad guys. So that's nice. I like that a lot. He can lean all the way forward, looking all the way down past his toesies, allowing him to grab his ankles and spell run. So that's nice. And he does have splits that go out that far. He does have a thigh cut. He's got double jointed knees that bend in all the way. He can kick back that far with his double jointed knee. He can kick forward that far, back not so much. He does not have boot rotation. He can do the perfect ballerina just like so. His ankle can go that far forward, and that's as far forward as it can go, and he does have ankle rocker. And these guns, they come out pretty easy. You can just shake them around and they'll fall out just like so. And then this one, you can just pull out of the holster, like just like that. But that was a good look at Red S.P.D's articulation. Okay, we'll go ahead and take a look at his sculpt and detailing. And I do like his helmet. I think it looked really good. I think it looks very accurate to the show. I like the silver S.P.D logo that they have on his helmet. I think that looks very good. The blacks came out very nice around the red, and it really pops on this figure. Now my visor came out a little bit fuzzy, so Hasbro needs to step up their game with their visors, because on him and Blaze it was a little fuzzy. But other than that, there's really not much paint out of place, because that silver came out looking very good, and all that is sculpted line work as well. So it looks very good. I like how it comes to a point back here. It looks very accurate from what I can remember from the images that I've seen. But it looks very, very good. And I do have like a crack or in my seam right there through the molded seam. So that's a little bit disappointing. And right there, the logo on his shoulder came out very good. I like that a lot. I like all the wrinkling that you're seeing up underneath there. And I do have a little bit extra black paint on him, so I'm just going to use my imagination and say it's battle damage. But this line did not come out very clean at all. So that's a little bit disappointing, because you got some red going on through that, peeping through that white. So I'll just use my imagination and call it blood. But I do like the wrinkling on the arms. It looks very, very good. I like the silver that you're seeing at the cuffs. That looks great right there. I like the white gloves, even though I do have that spot right there. But it does look very good all in all. Even the stripe on the back came out a little bit sloppy. I wish they would have cleaned that up a little bit, but that's just a little minor nitpick. But all in all, this figure does look good. I like the silver that they used for the belt. I think it looks very good. You get two different holsters right there, two different sizes for each of the guns. And that's not bad at all. Big one for the bigger gun, the small one for the small gun. I like how the S.P.D logo came out around the belt. Looks very good as well. I just would have liked to see some more paint detail through there. He's got a nice seam at his crotch right there. Some good wrinkling around there. Right through here, and I like the wrinkling up through there at his thighs right there. It looks very, very good. I like the wrinkling around the boots where the cuffs meet. It looks very good as well. The wrinkling on the boots looks good too. I like the silver that you're seeing up there at the top of the cuffs of the boots. I would assume those are cuffs, but anyway, he's got peg holes at the bottom of the feet. And if you like red Power Ranger butts, give this thing a thumbs up. And that was a good look at the red S.P.D Ranger sculpt and detail. Here's how the red S.P.D Ranger scales up against fellow teammate and the only other S.P.D Ranger that I have in my collection, the Shadow Ranger. And here's how the red S.P.D Ranger scales up against other figures from this wave that I've already reviewed. Over there on his far left, from the Mighty Morphin series, we have the Yellow Ranger. Over there next to him on his left, we have the Blue Zeo Ranger. And over there on his right, we have Cyber Villain Blaze. And of all these figures, and this was an excellent wave, I was most excited for Yellow, and I do love that yellow figure. But my favorite, personally, is that Blue Zeo Ranger. And here's how the red S.P.D Ranger scales up against a couple of Dragon Star series action figures. Over there on his left, we have Frieza, and over there on his right, we have Cell. Be looking for Cell's review coming up soon. Here's how the red S.P.D Ranger scales up against a couple of NECA action figures from the GameStop exclusive 1990s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line. Over there on his left, we have the Foot Soldier, and over there on his right from that same line, we have the Shredder. Here's how the red S.P.D Ranger scales up against a couple of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Over there on his left, we have the Walgreens exclusive Dragon Shield Black Power Ranger. And over there on his right, we have the Red Power Ranger. Here's how the red S.P.D Ranger scales up against a couple of McFarlane DC Multiverse action figures. Over there on his left, we have the Batman Who Laughs. And over there on his right, we have the Unchained Armored Superman. And here's how the red S.P.D Ranger scales up against a Marvel legend, the Superior Octopus. Here's my final thoughts on this figure. I'm a huge fan of the Lightning Collection line. It's no secret. I really do enjoy this figure a lot. But if you're not a fan of S.P.D, I could say that you could pass up on this figure because mine had a lot of paint imperfections on it, and what bothered me the most about this figure was it didn't come with 2 effect pieces for the gun. Because you did get 2 guns, why not give us 2 effect pieces? That's just little minor nitpicks I had with this figure. Not taken away from the fun factor. It is a really fun figure to pose around. You can get it into some very dynamic poses. But let me know what you think of the figure. Let me know what you think of the review in the comments below. And as always, feel the urge to collect with Surge. If you want more action figure collectors reviews, then feel the urge to subscribe to Surge. And if you've liked what you've seen, then click that big thumbs up button. If you want to get notified of my latest videos whenever they drop, click that notification bell. If you want to see this channel grow, share with a friend. Speaking of friends, you can friend me over there on Facebook. Links to that will be in the description below. You can also follow me along on Twitter. Links to that will be in the description below. Virus detected. Oh man, Blaze is going to be so mad at me.